This is a video tour of 1030 Main Street, and I am on the side of the house right now. You can see that there's this little like parking pad that comes off of the street here, and we're directly across from the stadium. So this house actually sits on 2 lots, so you can see how much land there is in front of the property. It's got some weird zoning issues going on, which the zoning department is actually meeting to discuss in a couple days. But basically it's zoned residential, but it's got a lot of restrictions on like how you can build and make repairs and things to it, which might make it difficult for somebody to purchase. So I'm waiting to get more information from zoning on that. We're looking at the front of this right now. What I'll say is, so roof definitely needs to be replaced. You can see that there are several places where shingles are just missing, and there are like holes in the roof area there. You know, all the paint is chipping off around the outside of the windows, and you can see there's quite a few places that have like wood rot that it looks like they tried to fill with some kind of like wood putty. You can see that texturization there. None of the gutters really have extensions that are getting water away from this exceptionally well. This is definitely going to be a really big project for anybody that wants to take it on. So stone siding here, which is really quite pretty. It looks like there was probably some access to a window here that they boarded over. You can see you've got these brick steps coming down, but just things where, you know, like the bricks are falling out and stuff like that. So windows that I'm guessing look into the basement here. We'll do just this external view first. So you can see that there is kind of some parking that comes off the alley here, and this is all just straight mud here in this yard. And I assume that's just kind of because of this big tree and, you know, maybe some sun blockage there. But that tree is super close to the foundation. I mean, that's another issue, is that all those branches are touching the roof in several different places. And I mean, that gap is like really close to the foundation there. So I could see this tree causing some real problems if it hasn't already. So rotted out windowsills here, which we kind of saw at the front. It looks like that they've created some sort of like water trench around this property. That's the best way I can explain it. But if you look here at the front, you can see this little like pipe here that's coming out underneath the porch. So it looks like they buried this drain spout and it comes out to here. And then this is supposed to like funnel the water. They've created like this little cement trench that, you know, goes around the property. But right now you can see that it's got a bunch of debris in it. I don't know how effective this would be as redirection water anyway. But same thing here. And then it looks like you get to the end of this little trench, and if it was filled or taken out, water would be able to come out and go into this pipe here, which would then, it looks like, dispel the water out into the alley. So complicated system there. So kind of, you know, backdoor view from the alley. Just a hole there. Okay. Okay, so, you know, lots of vegetation all around the property. Everything needs to be cut back. We're gonna go inside next, but really just wanted to give you a good view of what's going on the outside and the amount of work that's probably gonna take. Gonna try and step up this way. Okay, all right. So, looks like we've got some window casings here. Again, just rotted all the way out. And those, I think, are looking into a basement area. Okay, we are gonna have to split this video up, I'm sure, just because of the sheer amount of things. So, stepping into the house, the very first thing I'll say is it smells like mold. I can't say for sure that it is mold. I am not a mold inspector, and I don't believe it has been officially inspected for mold, but it definitely has that very distinct sort of smell to it. And you can see what appears to be some kind of microbial growth in several places in the house where water has been getting in. So, you know, water stains on the ceiling, I would imagine from those places on the roof that we pointed out. There's a pretty big like hump in the floor. It kind of runs right here in the middle is like the biggest support, and then it angles down and down in each corner here. You can see, you know, pieces of the floor missing. You've got a wood burning fireplace here, but you would definitely need to have that looked at. And they've covered the windows in this plastic sheeting in a lot of places, and I'm guessing, you know, it's just letting in a lot of air. Interesting little seating area. But again, these boards are just kind of like rotted out here, ripped out. Okay. Here's another evidence of just a lot of water damage, and then some more what appears to be microbial growth there. Okay. Really interesting little like step up here. Okay. Okay. So we've got wallpaper on this wall. You've got drop ceiling in this area. And then it's like stone here. So I would guess at one point the house ended here. Like this was the external stone. And it looks like this was added on later. So drop ceiling in here, again, you know, just some water stains. There's a whole section of the drop ceiling missing here. And then they put like, I don't know what this is, just other kind of pieces to cover it. Really interesting little area. So walking into this back room, this is what I assume would kind of be bedroom number 1. Big hole in the ceiling there. These windows are, I mean, it's cool, like how the windows are built out like that. You've got some interesting spaces. I think the problem is just the sheer amount of work that would need to be done here, and knowing there are some zoning issues on it, it would definitely be important to understand, you know, like, are you gonna have to get permission from the city to do repairs, and on what level? Because that's gonna impact how you might look at this property. So just some more evidence of the water. Looks like they just kind of re-sheetrock that area. I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a bit of water damage in the rafters too, just because of all of the water damage we've seen on the ceiling. So coming out of here, quick view of the electric panel. And this looks like entrance into the basement. So like I said, I mean, initially this would have been external and it would have been like a walkout into, so it looks like this was built on. More water damage here on the ceiling, you know, just, okay, so this walks into the basement area. We're gonna circle here and just check out the kitchen really quick. So, you know, peeling paint and stuff like that in a lot of places. It's a very tight kitchen, very, very small. I mean, this is it. And so it looks like fridge would go here. I mean, maybe a dishwasher here, but you can see, yeah, the electricity isn't turned on, but all this that I'm looking at this wall, this is all looks to be some kind of microbial issue. Okay, so that's the view of the kitchen. Okay, so then going forward out of here, and I think what we'll do is walk through these rooms up here before we go downstairs. So here is what would appear to be bedroom number 2. Decent sized room, but again, sheetrock, you know, splits all along the ceiling, water damage in several places. I mean, it's pretty par for the course in each room. It's all looking pretty consistent, you know, water damage, separation of sheetrock, cracking, things like that. This house is gonna need quite a bit of work to get it up and really viable for living. Okay, so little closet door here. Okay. Again, just more ceiling kind of falling in because of water damage there. Okay, bathroom. So the bathroom has this old school kind of yellow tile, and it's coming off in several places, or like pushing out. I mean, there are bulges in several different places here. This countertop is very low, missing tile, a window that opens, and then so bathtub and kind of a surround situation there, and then a little bit of cabinetry here in this bathroom. But again, just a really strong smell of some type of, you know, growth, I think. Okay, so going back down these stairs, and we're gonna go into the basement. There are no lights in the house, so I'm actually gonna pause this and we'll pick it back up when we get downstairs.